Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Wretched MC, and as you can probably tell, I am brand new to YouTube. My channel is going to be all about that great stuff, mini games, tutorials, let's plays, everything you love. So, I thought I'd start off my first video with a question. What are the two most important things in all of Minecraft? Well, I hear that one guy out there that's like, diamonds and wood. Wrong. The two most important things in all of Minecraft are, of course, lapis lazuli and potatoes. And if my memory serves correctly, the Irish had a pretty significant problem when their lapis lazuli crop failed. True story. And well, here's the thing guys, is that I really have no idea at all how to make a lapis lazuli farm. Now, I don't even know if that's possible. I'm sure there's some inventive guy out there who's going to be able to do it, but that's not me. I can show you my favorite design for a potato farm. That's right, here's the baby right here. Well, I know there's a lot of potato farms out there, and really this can be used for anything but potatoes, but considering potatoes are one of the most important things in all of Minecraft, as we went over earlier, let's just save it for potatoes. The deal is that there's a lot of them out there, so why should you use my design? Well, my design is extremely resource efficient, and efficient in general. It just makes a lot of crops. So each one of these little squares of dirt in some semi-automatic farms has a piston under each one of them. So they'll take one of these and they'll put it under every single one of these dirt blocks, and so when you pull the lever and they all push up, and that harvests your crops, great. But that uses a lot of pistons. A lot of pistons. Pistons are one of the most complicated things and expensive things to craft in Minecraft. They take up the whole crafting table, all that biz, and you want to use as few of them as possible. So this design uses only 2 per row of farmland. So you can just go over here and press the button, and you see it snaps back, and you get all these potatoes. Oh yeah. And that is per square down here. Let's look at the stats. That's 9 by 8 per each of these little sections divided by the water. That's 72 squares, and average of 3 potatoes per thing. That's a lot of potatoes. 2 pistons for every 9 as we went over, so it's a lot more resource efficient, and you can infinitely expand it. Each one of these little things here has a repeater between it, so that's going to re-strengthen the signal. And you can just do this on and 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 on. So you don't have to redo all of the system over here for the triggering for all of it. You can just make another and another and another. And it perfectly divides it by the redstone signal too, because the water can only go 4 in on the dirt. And it's loosely based on Mumbo's design. What Mumbo had going is he had only this one row here, and this block here was a block of redstone, and without that torch there, so it would do something like make this signal, and then it would trigger that. And under here, I have a monostable circuit right there. That's the piston with the sand on it. And that makes it so that it's a lot more efficient just in the time that it takes to harvest all your stuff, because I know your time is very precious. It goes forward and back in less than a second, I believe, because it's just a 1-tick pulse going here, and as soon as this solid block here, lapis lazuli, gets triggered, and then all of this is going to come back. So why don't we just get right on with the tutorial here. Okay, so here I have the whole assembly ripped open. Down here you can see the monostable circuit. Now if you don't know what that is, that's basically taking a pulse, say a button pulse, because that's the simplest one they have, and that's a little long for our purposes. Like I said, this thing goes forward and back in less than a second. So to give it just a 1-tick pulse, this is going to power the block and the repeater. Now the repeater is going to be powering the piston underneath the block and that block. So as it pushes up, it's only going to have enough time to give this repeater here a signal of 1 tick, which is the shortest signal that Minecraft can have. Now this is going to travel all the way down here, and it's just going to push it really quick. And then this is going to come back here. Now underneath here, this is just a normal piston, regular piston, not a sticky piston, and you need to have a gravity block on it. But I know you guys are smart, and I don't need to build this out for you. All this redstone here, that's all there is. It's all exposed. This is the only complicated part here. There's nothing hidden there except that piston. And all this stuff here is pretty self-explanatory. But here down in my hotbar is the supplies that you're going to need, as well as a button. And you're going to need the 72 dirt, or 71 if you chose to use a different block here as the one that's going to be triggering this. Now, something that you have to keep in mind is that you can't hoe that piece, because what happens when you hoe a piece of dirt is it becomes a transparent block, much like glass, and that won't carry the redstone signal. So this has to be some block, whether it be lapis lazuli or dirt, that isn't hoed. Now, this monostable circuit here, all you're going to be doing is dig down 1, place your redstone, dig down 2, place one of your repeaters here. You're going to dig down 3, grab a sticky piston. Obviously, I can't fit all this stuff in my hotbar. Your sticky piston, your gravity block. No, sorry, not sticky piston. Specifically a not sticky piston. Then your another repeater here to pick up the 1 tick pulse. And then this is what you're going to run your input off of. And then on top of here, you're just going to have your trigger with your button and such. And you'll be all set. Now that falls back down. That's why you need the gravity block there. Now all this is pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to have all these regular pistons here going along. Specifically, this has to be 8 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that number is because the water here will only hydrate 4 blocks in on the dirt and 4 blocks in. So that's maximum how wide it can be without dividing it by another water stream there and losing some of the space efficiency. Now it needs to be 9 wide specifically, because if it's any more, these pistons aren't going to be able to push it forward and then back. Some of these pistons here will get stuck and not be able to push the whole load. Now, so those numbers are pretty specific. It's the 9 by 8, and you're going to have 8 pistons on each side. On this side, the one without the input, you're going to need a 1 block gap, and down here at the very front, you're going to dig down 1 block, and that's not needed, that space there. You're going to have your torch, so that when this pushes, it'll be on top. Redstone out of a 1 down next to this piston, redstone coming up, repeater, and redstone all along the back here to power these pistons. Now, obviously, you're going to be placing your water buckets there next to the, between the pistons there, and you should be all set. There, you have your potato farm. Now, if you're like me and you want the maximum efficiency out of your farms, you just want so many potatoes that you're going to be able to wreck your Minecraft server's potato economy. Nobody's going to want to buy them. It's going to be like dirt, but they're a really good food source if you cook them, right? Make the baked potatoes. So let me just show you in here. Back when I had the beginning of the video, I harvested all, just kidding. Oh, they're gone. Well, that's a shame. Well, here's the deal, is that I harvested all these potatoes, and then I collected all these potatoes, and I had filled up 8 slots with a stack of potatoes, and then this one had like 2 or 3, and then I had 5 poisonous potatoes or something. But that's how much 2 modules will give you. Now, I only showed you so far how to make the first module here, but the second module, pretty easy. All you need to do is not make the monostable circuit and not make that little pickup thing here. So you have 1 extra thing where you can grow potatoes. Yay! 3 more potatoes. So now here you just have to, where the water trench is in line with that, you want to have a repeater there, and then your 8 pistons again with the redstone coming out. And then you can do this as many times as you want. I only add a second one. Because you only need the 1 triggering mechanism, you can just keep going and going and going and going and going, and back to the video. So, and then again here on the 8 sides, and instead of this little pickup here with the monostable circuit, you're just going to have another repeater, but not one facing into this block. And then you're going to have your 8 repeaters with the redstone going into it. Simple as that. That wasn't very hard, now was it? Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to go down below and leave a like or a comment. And if you really, really loved it, like you are just such a hardcore Lazuler and you are infatuated with this video, then make sure to subscribe. Now I thought I'd end off today's video with a little explosion, because who doesn't like explosions and revenge? That pick was efficiency 5! Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to come back later. Bye guys. Oh yeah.
Bullseye.